Aloha, it's Kiana, and here are today's top Hawaii headlines from the editors at the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Also, huge mahalo to Longs Drugs Hawaii for sponsoring the show. Head on over to your nearest Longs Drugs for all your shopping needs. Former lawmakers J. Kalani English and Ty J.K. Cullen were charged Tuesday by federal prosecutors. The pair allegedly took cash and gifts from a local businessman in return for action on bills in recent years. Several local veteran politicians and political analysts can't recall worse corrupt acts by sitting Hawaii lawmakers. Former Governor Ben Cayetano said this is the most serious corruption case he could think of in the history of Hawaii lawmakers. Longtime local political analysts Jerry Burris and Neil Milner likewise could not recall a worse example of corrupt Hawaii lawmakers. Burris wonders how many others, past or present Hawaii lawmakers, have secretly taken the money and influential gifts for personal use. Many past criminal cases with state legislators involve illegal use of campaign funds or crimes not centered around their part-time job at the Capitol. Some of these cases involve lawmakers needing money. English and Cullen have indicated they intend to plead guilty. They face up to 20 years in prison and fines of up to $250,000. A 27-year-old man has died after he was fatally shot in Waipahu on Sunday night. Honolulu police have opened a second-degree murder investigation. The victim and his friend were drinking when a male suspect pulled up in a black sport utility vehicle. Police say the suspect and the victim exchanged words when the suspect exited his vehicle and shot the victim. The argument happened on Honolulu Street shortly after 11 in the evening. The suspect fled the scene. EMS personnel pronounced the victim dead at the scene. No arrests have been made at this time. Also Sunday night in Waipahu, firefighters responded to a structure fire at Paiva Street just minutes away. A fire that broke out at an abandoned single-story house ended up spreading to a home next door, displacing 12 neighbors, 9 adults, and 3 children. No injuries were reported. Firefighters extinguished the fire at about 11:25 in the evening. The cause of the fire and a damage estimate has yet to be determined. The American Red Cross is assisting those who were displaced by the fire. Hawaii health officials today recorded 498 new coronavirus cases. No new coronavirus-related deaths were reported today. So far, 1,262 people have died statewide. The state's total number of cases since the start of the pandemic now stands at 232,008. Oahu saw 228 new infections, 86 on the Big Island, 63 on Maui, 101 on Kauai, 2 on Molokai, 3 on Lanai, and 15 Hawaii residents diagnosed outside the state. Hawaii officials say 11,785 COVID cases are considered to be active. The state saw 1,053 fewer active infections. According to the latest information available from the Hawaii Emergency Management Agency, 184 people are currently hospitalized, with 26 in the ICU and 15 on ventilators. State health officials say the statewide average positivity rate is at 6.3%, while Oahu's positivity rate stands at 5.8%. Hawaii lawmakers are considering legislation that would help victims of sex trafficking leave the trade. Senate Bill 3347 and House Bill 2463 would establish a one-year pilot program within the Department of Human Services to provide a monthly income of $2,000 to victims. State Senator Maile Shimabukuro helped introduce the Senate bill. She is a Democrat who represents Kalailoa, Waianae, Makaha. She says sex trafficking victims are in financial slavery and helping them is fantastic. Proponents are calling this the first pilot project of its kind through a bill in the legislature. So far, there has been no testimony submitted either in support or opposition to the pilot program. Lawmakers are considering other measures related to sex trafficking. One proposal would provide consistent funding for an emergency shelter for child sex trafficking victims. Another proposal would require the State Department of Education to offer educators training on sex trafficking prevention and response. The University of Hawaii capped the season's softball opening weekend with a 7-5 win over Cal State Bakersfield. That gave Rainbow Wahine softball coach Bob Coolin his 1,100th career victory on Sunday in Las Vegas. Coolin began his career with 5 years at Bentley before coming to Hawaii as an assistant coach in 1990. He took over the UH program in 1992. Coolin told the Star-Advertiser he never knew he'd be coaching this long, adding it has been a good journey. Coolin expressed gratitude to his former coach at Bentley and former UH coach Rayla Allison for giving him coaching opportunities. UH faces Chaminade in a doubleheader on Friday in its home opener at Rainbow Wahine Softball Stadium. For more on these stories and all the latest headlines, subscribe to the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Visit Hawaii's top source for breaking news online at staradvertiser.com and download the Star-Advertiser mobile app. Happy Valentine's Day, mahalo for watching, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.